going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this, I'm going to bring you my long-term review. This is the Patagonia Atom Sling. This is essentially an 8-liter sling backpack. They have, I think, a black hole one also. And then I think they have more of like a nano, somewhat air one where it's a little bit lighter. I got this one for a few reasons, and I'll kind of go through who it may be for, may not be for. A few things I like, dislike about it. The first thing is that I bought it straight from Patagonia for, I think, $59.99 is what it runs. If I was you, I would buy it through Warnwear, which is Patagonia's used website, because they go on sale pretty frequently there from $39 to $45, and everything I bought from there has been about new. You can get it at Dick's Sporting Goods. Sometimes it goes on sale there, but they have all kinds of different color variety. So essentially it's just an 8-liter backpack, and I'll kind of move the camera down so you can see it to give you a little bit better idea of it once we get through it. The overall colors are really nice. They have different variety. I went with the blue one. They were out of stock of a lot of colors, so if you know you want this, I would grab it while you can. How do I use this? So generally I use this when I'm with my toddler, or we have a 6-month-old also. It's really nice to be able to just throw on and not have to carry a wallet, weigh your pockets down, everything's secure. You have a nice, so generally when it sits on you like this, and then you have this nice little pouch here where your phone sits pretty easily, at least. And it's kind of mesh, so you can kind of see through it a little bit to see if maybe a message is important. But it holds an iPhone 13 Pro. It would probably hold a Max also, maybe a little bit more tighter fit, but it has some stretch to it, so you can really stretch it out there. But generally in here, you can have your phone, your wallet. There's all kinds of things, or any type of payment you may have there. So that's the big reason that I like this, because everything's right here. If we go to the zoo or the museum, or we're just out at the grocery store, I can have credit card, ID, any passes we need, and phone stored right there, where I don't have to do anything with it. Another thing is I usually strap my camera up here. Notice this is all crooked, but usually, I'm sure this is jacking up the audio. Usually I strap my camera up here at the top also, which makes it really nice. So essentially there's 2 compartments. So you have a side compartment here. This is where I keep our 6-month-old diapers, and I have a diaper in here for our 2.5-year-old, because he's in the middle of potty training, so I do that and have wipes. You could store just about anything in here. It is a pretty large, this is the larger of the 2 areas. So of the 8 liters, this probably seems like more like the 7 or 8. Seems a little bit waterproof. I think if you were in a light or even moderate rain, I think everything would be okay. It has a nice zipper. That's one good thing I like about Patagonia, is all their zippers seem to be of really, really good quality. So I do really like that. And the second compartment here is not near as big. It may be a liter or 2, but usually I have snacks and some type of, applesauce pouch, or pretzels, or fruit, or whatever our toddler wants to throw in there, essentially. But you can put all kinds of stuff in there. So if you were hiking, you could put your snacks, generally I use this as like a food department. I have been able to fit a very light, small, compactable rain jacket. I have been able to throw it in there when this is full, or you could put it in there. So there's all kinds of options, but this is definitely a smaller pack than that. But again, you have this really nice zipper. I love Patagonia zippers, essentially on their jackets and on their backpacks are really good quality. And then you have this area here where you could strap a tripod. I have a fairly larger, while I would not do this all the time, I have been able to strap this in here and really make it tight and tighten it down. That is not what I would recommend doing it for, but you could if you were extremely careful. But this would be a good spot for an umbrella or tripod. You could put some type of mat to lay on, or maybe if you were going to some type of fireworks or something, I could see where you could put like a mat to sit on there. It does have these kind of expandability here, and it has these clips where you can take it on and off, and it does expand. It does have no stretch, so you're not getting any stretch. Essentially, whatever you get here to tighten or loosen is all you're going to get. It doesn't have any stretch on it at all, like the front pouch. In the back, this is one thing is that this kind of gets a little warm. So in the summertime, it does get a little warm. But maybe liked a little bit a different kind of texture. It seems like there's a little teeny tiny texture, but maybe some type of textured pattern. So there's a little bit of air way to get through there. I just feel like there's not a whole lot of air that comes out of there on your back. I just noticed that there's pretty sure there's snacks or something at the bottom of this. I don't know what's down there. M&Ms maybe. The adjustability is really good. So you have the same kind of setup here for releasing it. This seems like it could be a little bit more sturdy. So I'm sure this isn't rated to hold a lot of weight, but if you really load this down, this kind of feels not unsecure or unsafe, but it just feels like maybe a little bit larger one would have been nice there. It does tend to, if I can get this on, sit a little bit higher for men. I've seen this on women before, and I think this kind of sits down a little bit lower. But for me, it seems to ride up a little bit. So everything's kind of right here in your face. I've tried to adjust it a million ways. I think it'd be nice if this had a little bit of adjustability. I don't know if that would raise the price or be a little more difficult to control, but that's my only big negative there is that you can adjust this. So if you want it to be a little bit looser, hang down a little bit more, or be a little bit tighter, that's more of a personal preference, I think. But overall, that's generally how it sits. Probably not going to show you how it sits on the back. It's kind of corny that I'm wearing a Patagonia sweatshirt too, but I kind of like what their company stands for. And that's it. That's how it feels. I use this pretty frequently, and I've had it about a year, and it's held up pretty well. It still looks new. I've used it 5 or 6 times at the zoo, the museum. We have a really nice train museum in this area also. When we go to indoor playgrounds, it's freezing, and it's like January, February in Ohio, which isn't the best weather. So if we go to indoor playground, this is great to just throw on your back, just to have easy access to diapers or snacks. Or the only negative is there's not really any place to put water. You can put a water bottle here on the back, but you really have to make sure it's really tight, otherwise it falls down. So that's it. Really happy with it. Buy it used for more than wear. That'd be my recommendation. And that's it. Comments, questions, leave them below, and I will get back to you. And have a good, safe rest of the day, weekend, whatever it is out there. And I'll see you guys next time.